Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're doing another community reaction. So yesterday, I think last night, I made the post saying this is for a community reactions video. How did you guys enjoy the half anniversary events, characters, free rewards, etc.? And comment your thoughts in the comments, of course, as well. And we do have 30 comments here and 3,000 votes, and 70% says perfection. 23% says great, 5% says okay, and 2% says mid, which is very good in terms of, like, I want to say in terms of like a graph, that's pretty good. 70% being perfection and the 3K is pretty nice, and then the like majority of it going to great is pretty good as well, right? 2% being mid. I'm curious to why there's even a percentage of mid, but it's a very, very low. 2% is not bad. So we're gonna talk about all that stuff, but before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe to your boy Zxous and like the video because it supports your boy a lot. And if you guys want to join the Discord, the link is always in the description. And if you want to become a member, you can always click the join button next to my name, or you can click the link in the description that says become a member. Also, chat, I'm also going to be live later on today with a English audio Overzone Story 2 watch party. We did Story 1 a couple days ago, but we're going to continue the story with Overzone Story 2. So if you guys want to go to my channel and join at whatever time it is for you, then you can go ahead and join. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So first off, I think this half anniversary was a lot better than I expected, to be honest. I would say it was quote-unquote perfection, for the simple fact that what we got for the half anniversary is what I would only expect us to get from the anniversary, right? And even still, we got a bit more than I would have expected from the half annie, right? So let me actually open up the game here because I have it open here. But there was a lot, right? We got a lot of new stuff, and we're gonna talk about it. So first off, obviously, let's talk about the login stamp, because I think that was the greatest thing for a lot of players, especially who were stuck behind the 160 wall. On the 5th day, you ended up getting this character for free. Now, they're giving this character out for free LB3, which means that's 3 stars basically. That's an SSR 3-star. This is the first time ever that they're giving a SSR free for 3 stars, right? LB3. Which is what you need to have. You need to have at least 5 of those to pass the 160 wall. And I know a lot of people said with this final character, they're going to be able to pass the 160 wall, which is fantastic, right? Because a lot of people are stuck behind the 160 wall just because they cannot get the last dupe for that one character. So that for them to give you a free one is gonna be, it's very nice. And I can expect the anniversary to also give another LB3 SSR character. Heck, maybe if they're lucky, or if we're lucky, it will be a pilgrim. Who knows? Right, in terms of content, we kind of got a couple new things, right? So when it comes to the mini game, which is the White Memory event, the Snow White mini game, it's always different, right? The mini games we get are always different. But this one was very cool because it actually connected to the story, which I'm going to talk about the story in a couple seconds here, but it actually connected to the story, and it was very, very cool because it's like a light novel type thing, but with 23 different endings. Or 21, my bad, 21 different endings of Snow White's path, right? So it actually starts off, if you guys have not watched Story 1, there's a part in Story 1 where Dorothy says, hey, Snow White, can you go get food and stuff? If you don't know the situation, I'm not going to talk much about it. But basically, she's like, hey, Dorothy, or Snow White. Dorothy is like to Snow White, can you go into the forest and get, like, find food, get us stuff together? She's like, right. And then Snow White's like, okay, sure. And actually, in the White Memories event, it actually starts off with her in the forest. So while Dorothy, there's a whole segment where Dorothy is going to Rapunzel and Scarlet to help them out. That whole time we don't know how Scarlet got the stuff, how she did it, and you actually find that all out through the mini game, which is very, very cool. It connects the story and the mini game, right? It's a very, very cool concept. Now in terms of Story 2, like I said, we're gonna have a watch party for that later, so I don't know what happens in Story 2. Can't really talk about that. We got this challenge mode as well. I think this is new. It gave fairly good rewards actually as well. Fairly good rewards in terms of drops. And it's fixed. The levels are fixed in terms of difficulty. So, as you see, what's it called? It says fixed at 155. So anybody could beat these, right? You just need to know how to play. And the rewards are pretty okay too, right? Basically, you get to choose 31 of either the cores or these, and that's like that for like every stage type thing, right? So I'll have to do this later on, of course, but it is very, very good in terms of the challenge mode. So in terms of just what we got in here on the main screen, it's very nice. I feel like we got the challenge mode, which is new, the white memories, which is a new mini game. Obviously story 1 and story 2, we've had those before, but the story itself, right, the story in story 1 is so good. And then the background music, even just in the lobby here, and the background music for like if we go to a story 1, I don't know if it plays if I click on story 1, but Dorothy's OST, I think it is, right? It's very good. Let me see if they'll play here. Yeah, look. No, they didn't play. I have to actually be in this thing, so they didn't play. But it's a very nice OST there, right? In terms of the rewards, I feel like we've gotten a lot of free rewards, right? Obviously the LB3, they gave us 10 free pulls in terms of every single day logging in, and then you do 1 free single, and a lot of people got lucky on those as well, right? They gave, I think, like 57 free multis in total. The event was very good, trust me, right? It was very good, right? They did a fantastic job. But now let's see what the community has to say, because that was just my thoughts on the event. So I think there needs to be another option for those who finish a story and suffered emotional damage. So yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that the second part of the story, like the first story was so good, bro, so freaking good. If you guys have not watched it, you guys could go ahead and watch it either on my live streams, or you guys can check out Miyoki Warriors 34. He's the one who we watched it off of, I believe that was his name. You guys definitely check it out and watch it for yourself in English audio. You could even just listen to it while you're going out on the road or something. It's a very, very good. Right, Sly Operator slams table, emotional damage. Okay, in all due seriousness, Shift Up really delivered for this half anniversary, and I feel like they did as well. A new overpowered waifu with Pilgrim raid ups. I didn't even mention Dorothy herself, but yes, the half anniversary character was fantastic as well. Dorothy being a top tier character of the game, a must have guaranteed, and a character who can actually, a lot of people will benefit from going for dupes for her and stuff like that, right? That banner was pretty good as well. Even though it was 1% for her, she was a fantastic character, so it wasn't all that bad. Especially if you've been saving up your gems for like this Pilgrim, you probably got another character. You probably got multiple characters LB3, because 1% is still kind of low, but it's not that hard because there's tickets as well that you could just trade in for her. So keep that all in mind. Free rewards up the Gazoo. Seriously, this will give free-to-play players a taste of what it's like to be a whale with the amount of free stuff you get from the events, free pulls included. Taste free, what? This will give free-to-play players a taste of what it feels like to be a whale in terms of the amount of free stuff. Well, yeah, it will actually, right? In terms of how much stuff, in terms of rewards, how much stuff we're getting, you're gonna feel like you've just been buying a lot of packs. Right, the rewards you guys got, or everybody got for free, are like the same thing. It feels the same when you buy packs to get those same rewards, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because it was great. And if you remember, the Nier collab is like going to be as big as the half anniversary in terms of content from story 1 to story 2, right? I don't know if it's gonna be exactly the same, like as big with the free like character, probably not, and then also like the free multis and stuff like that, probably not all that. That's not all going to be with it. But in terms of content, we're probably going to get a mini game, if not the co-op like we did with oh yeah, we did get co-op with a half anniversary. We had union raids with the half anniversary. There was so much to do, right? And we're getting solo raids later on today, which is great. And that's also part of the half anniversary, so that's a lot. A heart-clenching story that explains Dorothy justified Rachimus. I don't know what that means. JK. She's more likely honorable discharge PTSD. Yeah. More Pilgrim lore with through white memories, and my personal favorite mode, event mode so far. And then Pine, the absolute gold. So if you don't know who Pine is, she's an R character in the game already, but if you actually watch the story, you will understand why she's the GOAT, right? But yeah, definitely, 1000%. Incredible story, first time I cried for a gacha, generous rewards, fun minigame, amazing music, nah man, perfection. And again, I do highly agree with these comments. I do think that this anniversary half anniversary gave way too much. Way too much. It did a lot, right? And it's not because, again, we're getting solo raids today. We're not done to half Annie. We still have more stuff coming. It's insane, right? So I feel like they did a great... But I've always said Shift Up and Nikke's done a great job in terms of their roadmap and how to deliver content to keep people to come back, right? So, again, they've been doing fine. Even though, like, a game like Honkai Star Rail, everybody's, like, playing that game somewhat, they're still doing fine with having, you know, people hop on their game and stuff like that every day. So it's a very good. I thought the event had been fairly laid out and learned a little bit more about the pilgrims. I was also able to max limit break Dorothy. 999 out of 10 would want again. Yeah, and again, because of how good the half Annie was, I'm expecting the anniversary to be exactly the same or more. That's the lowest. That's exactly the same as the lowest the anniversary can be. If the anniversary is worse than the half Annie, then we're gonna have a problem. Trust me. Right? But the half Annie is actually not that far. It is. Like, it's 6 months away, but still. I guess it would be like 5 months now because we're in May. Yeah, this is May now. It made me freaking excited for what's coming next. And again, the Nikke collab, again, they've done so much. They're doing so good with their roadmap and promotions and the way they plan out to drop events and keep players to come back, right? Because you might be playing for the half anniversary, right? Heck, you could be a whole new player for the half anniversary, right? Your whole reason for playing this game was for the half anniversary. But guess what? You might be like, okay, now that the half anniversary is done, I'm gonna quit the game. No, you're not, because they also said the Nikke collab is happening during the half anniversary live stream. Not to mention, there's one more thing that we still have yet to receive, and that is the Modernia free skin. We have not gotten that yet. We don't know what's happening to that right now, but we're gonna find out soon. And then also, obviously, Alice and freaking Viper skin, perfection. They both have great skins, right? So keep that all in mind when just keep all of that in mind. So keep that, yeah. Solo raids in 10 hours. I'm hyped as well as closure on Dorothy's story. Yeah, I think we get the ending on, because hard mode unlocks today. So actually today, if you buy with the gems, or if you have the stamina left over, you will actually get your final copy of raid today. So a lot of people who are stuck at the 160 wall will be broken and free out of the 160 wall today or tomorrow. Fantastic event. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I think they did a great job, especially because I can't always say, oh, it's never going to be a 10 out of 10 because of how this game drops their content compared to another game, right? That doesn't really make sense to me because these two games have different types of content, right? So another anniversary that I feel like, a game that has a good anniversary, I feel like is Dokkan Battle. I can't say, oh, Nikke's half anniversary isn't a 10 out of 10 because Dokkan's anniversary has different type of content that's better. It's two different games completely, right? So I personally feel like I can't say something like that, right? But for the game for itself, Nikke, 10 out of 10 half anniversary. A lot to do and even more to do, right? Again, solo raids is dropping today, right? So keep that all in mind. A Tears Jerker gives me a hell yeah of the half anniversary event. Indeed. I got back into Nikke because of the upcoming Nikke collab. Started on release as a free-to-play and really enjoyed the stories and characters, but the power system made me quit another chapter, or around chapter 12. Grinding the minimum progress got boring fast, so I thought the anniversary would be a good time. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Would be a good time to jump back in and save up. Sadly, the rewards were kinda yikes for free-to-play players, not because they were bad, but mostly because core dust matters and there wasn't much of that compared to how much we need to progress. Well, okay, I don't know if I would say that, right? I don't know if I would say that. Like, if you're level 200, even still, I wouldn't say that, because we're getting the hard mode, for example. Hard mode of Story 2 unlocks today, and we get 4 core dust boxes per stage. So you get 20 core dust boxes a day for 7 days, on top of the challenge mode, giving you the, 16 times how much ever you get in total from that, right? So I don't know if I would agree with that completely. Definitely if you're not past 200. If you're like 160, 180, 140, whatever, they give you, I think, quite enough, right? To at least get over those hurdles that you need to core dust under 200. But level 200, maybe. But if not, thing, right? And if you just came back, I know you're not done the story, so you're most likely talking about those things. So I'm not sure about that one myself personally, but yeah, as someone who's played casually and doesn't have the time to do everything every day, it got really repetitive for little rewards. Though it's just a problem with the game's design. Having to grind for core dust all day every day to progress is a few fights in the campaign. To progress a few fights in the campaign. The anniversary really helped me push past the 140, you see, 140 wall. I just don't like how much resources necessary to do so, especially for people who mostly enjoy the story. So, okay. I want to say I agree and disagree at the same time. I feel like obviously how much you need to do to get from like 120 to 140, 140 to 160, 160 to 180, 200. The rewards it is taking time. But especially as a free-to-play player, I feel like they designed it well. As a free-to-play player, I feel like they designed it well to where you wouldn't have to worry about that, right? Because by the time you only use core dust when you're at 140, and then when you get to 160, that's when you use core dust. From level 140, you have to remember, you have to get 5 characters to 140 or to 160. To get all 5 characters to 160, that takes time free to play. And I feel like over the time, you're going to have well over the amount of core dust you needed. I never bought core. I spent on this game, but I never bought core dust because I got them naturally, right? And I always had more than enough when I got to like 140, 160, 180, right? Now it's a problem for me only because every single level is 10k, 10k, 10k. Where from getting, I think from level 160 to 180, it was like 35 or 40k core dust, right? But it takes time to level up 5 different characters from 160 to 180. So me personally, I don't really know how I feel about that comment right there. However, with that being said, in terms of the story engagement, I've never been this more invested since the prologue, and really enjoyed everything about the prologue. All right. So yeah, I think the half anniversary, the story was fantastic. The map was awesome. He says here the characters were awesome. Multiple endings to the Snow White. Yeah, I think this mini game was fantastic, right? But basically, his whole problem with the core dust, which is again understandable. But for me, when I was doing it, I didn't feel that same thing, right? So keep that in mind. Considering my 13 multis and 1 SSR multis, or summons, I am salty, but the background musics are fire. Indeed, they are. Look at you. Hear this one? Hold on. Y'all hear Amelie? Trust me. My men tears out after playing this event. True. Really good, not gonna lie. The half anniversary is the peak of Nikke. Yeah, I would say this half anniversary was their best event to date. Easily. Right? Easily. They have a free character that helps people get past the 160 wall, and it's one of the best looking characters in the game. What? So probably, I wouldn't say the best looking. Yeah. I got my Dorothy to limit break level 3. Had so much good luck. Now the devs love me because they gave me the weekly dosh. LOL. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that one is. Not gonna lie. I think people were exaggerating about being perfect. I can point out what? Oh, I could point out its many flaws and other stuff that could have been improved. Well, obviously, it's not like I think you could literally say like that for any event in any game. Right? And that's not an event. You can say that for any game. So I don't really think that has much value. Right? In any game, even the games that you probably think are perfect, everybody's going to think that they could have done something better, right? I could have said it, like even me, right? I think 57 free pulls on the like free summons is good, right? But hey, I could have been like, oh, they should have gave it 60. It was just 3 more tickets, right? But I'm not going to complain about that, am I? Not really. 21 Maltese, still need 1 more to max limit breaks. Well, I mean, 21 multis it's 1%, so that's understandable, but it's not all that bad because 21 multis means you got guaranteed 1 pity, right? That's not bad. Honestly, this half anniversary could be the reason I'm quitting Nikke. It was too repetitive. Also, a few reward compared to the too few rewards compared to the expectations. After getting the 3rd limit break penguin girl, I'm a drop. I see. But Yozan is going to be right back for the Nier collab, right? Because again, a lot of people played this game because they heard the Nier collab was coming, or just they came back for the half anniversary. And there's no way y'all are not gonna come back for the Nier collab, right? But I do think a lot of you guys are right. I would still say it was perfection in terms of Nikke standards, right? Again, I can't really say the argument that they could have improved a lot more. I mean, I could, but then again, you say that for every game, right? So I guess you could say no event is really a 10 out of 10, but if anything, if that's the case, I'll just say 9.9 out of 10, bro. But I think this half anniversary event compared to the other events was perfection, right? Again, the half anniversary has been going on for 3 weeks. A lot of games that have anniversaries that go for like a month or 3 weeks or even 2 weeks die out within the first couple of days. We're getting solo raids today, and we're getting the hard mode of story today for the final week of the half anniversary. For the last 3 weeks, every single day we have been covered. Literally. Challenge mode. We're not all done challenge mode. There's still some challenge modes, I believe. We have been covered. In terms of the half anniversary, every single day from the beginning to the end, we have been covered with content. Literally. You can't say you've done everything because everything is not done. Ah! Bars, bro. But yo, quote me on that one, bro. I was saying you cannot say you've done everything because everything hasn't been done. Zxous 2023. That was bars. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I definitely do think this half anniversary was great. I do think they could have obviously gave him more rewards or something like that. Heck, maybe a core 7 Ray. I could have said something like that, but I don't want to be way too greedy because they're being way too generous this time around anyways, right? If it was compared to another event, it's because I'm comparing it to other events, I say it's perfection, right? This is easily the best one, like I said multiple times in this video. There's no question. So it's hard for me to say they need to add more when they added way more than other events that happened in the past. That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, if you guys haven't voted and you guys want to go vote, you guys can just go to my community tabs or my community posts and go ahead and vote. And if you want to leave a comment on how you felt about the half anniversary, leave it under this video. You don't have to go back to this post. You can leave it under this video because I'm going to be reading the comments under this video anyways. Right? And you guys can talk about it in the comments and stuff like that. But yeah. It's going to be your boy Zxous. Make sure you guys subscribe and like. And again, if you guys want to join the Discord, links in the description. And if you guys want to become a member, you can press the join button or the link in the description. And if you guys want to come to the live stream when we watch the Overzone Story 2 later, then you can also do that and set that on notifications right here and notify me. It's on my channel. You guys will see it. But for now, it's your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Later. Peace. Stay safe.